afternoon, Cubes of the Cash. Gary B, the casual comic guy here, and joining me as always on Tuesday, I have the co-host with the fattest stacks of comics in the land, Rob. How you doing tonight, sir?
I'm awake for now.
Same here. I knew I had this late show tonight, and I work at midnight, so I slept most of today to get ready for tonight. So I wasn't doing this. Steve, how are you doing today, sir?
Oh, we're doing great. Thanks for having me back.
And making his co-hosting debut, I've been trying to get him on for a while. We have Milt, who you've seen as a guest on this show quite a bit. How you doing tonight, Milt?
I'm doing fine, Gary. Nice to see y'all.
Yeah, and their descriptions and links are in the description below. Words are hard. And we're going to go right to the main attraction tonight. Our guest of the hour, we have Comic Gains.
Hey guys!
Hey.
Oh, thanks for having us on, Gary. Oh,
thanks
super
for coming
excited.
on. I appreciate it. I know you guys keep a
Finally
busy
get to be on
schedule.
the 10101. Yeah, so we're Comic Gains. I think we're an exciting group, right? Pretty exciting. I'm Adam.
I'm Zach, and this is the Princess from Royal House. Looking very lovely today. Blah, blah, blah. Doing a princess way, bowing respect. And of course, there's Coco.
Coco's here. She's in the back, in the
Nice.
background. Yeah, so we're a fun group on YouTube. We've been doing this for 4 years. About 4 years. We've done a bunch of different kinds of shows over the years, kind of changed what we do. We started with mystery unboxing, and as we learned more about the industry and things that we liked, we've gotten into more like speculation and pressing and cleaning comics and new comic book day. And then basically we've just made a whole bunch of friends in the community, and we actually really enjoy doing our live show on Wednesday. Just hanging out with our friends is kind of like and just meeting a lot of new people. We do have
as well. It's a good hangout on Whatnot with you guys.
Yeah, we do have a show on Whatnot. Me and Zach do our show together where we have a collection of books that we sell together, and then Princess has her very own show that she sells her stuff. It's all, and we try to have a good time. It's more just to have fun, and sometimes it helps to make room in your collection for new stuff, and then use that money to buy other stuff. None of us, all of us have regular jobs, so we're not retiring on selling books anytime soon. Although that would be cool. Right.
Now, Zach, what are you drinking tonight, sir?
Oh, I'm just going light, trying to stay awake. A little bit of coffee with some cream. Nothing crazy. I made it myself, cold brew.
Yeah, we're about to go on vacation this weekend, so we're saving all of our drinking for going on vacation. So
heavy drinking.
Oh, nice.
My part.
Yeah.
Well, let's get over to the chat real quick. We'll say hi. Then we're going to come back to you guys. And we're going to do a unique format tonight, right? You guys each brought some books to show. So we'll go one of you at a time. And we'll do our unique format this evening for you guys. It'll be fun. First in this evening, we have Paul from Psychedelic Comics. Good to see you. Hulk Collector Kevin. Rob, who checked in an hour early just to say hi. The original OG Blue Rich herself is Tina Carrotson. Good evening. Steve checking in, of course, one of our co-hosts as well. One of my all-time favorite people. We have Jerry the Jitterbug. How you doing tonight, Jerry? We have Nicholas, One Shot Comics, who is an absolute great guy on Instagram. If you guys don't follow Nick, he is awesome. And he sent me some really fun, cool books as well. We have Nut Tech. Good evening, Nut Tech. Nice to see you, sir. Mr. DVH. How you doing tonight, DVH? Good to see you, sir. We have Las Cruces, who just got on. Good evening, Las Cruces. Jimmy G, the comic guy. How you doing tonight, sir?
G.
And getting down. Cliff on Comics. Good evening, Cliff. Nice to see you. If you guys haven't checked out his last couple appearances on the 1011 and in the hot seat, a good time. And let's see, we got Mr. Mark Andrews in. Good evening, Mark. Nice to see you. We have Hack in the house. Good evening, Hack. Nice to see you, sir. We have C Bizzle. Good evening, C Bizzle. Nice to see you. And all right, we're going to get started. I'm going to keep nodding hi as people are getting their notifications and popping in. But for now, we're going to kick it back to you, Gainers. And which one of you wants to start out with a book first?
Guess I'll start, and correct me if I'm doing anything wrong. Let's see. Correct me.
Did you bring our bribery checks?
It's in the mail. I can't hand it to you over the interwebs, or I would.
Okay.
Do even people in text? Cash App, guys. Cash App.
You make sure not to bring the same books you showed on Rob's show. All new book.
All new books. So first one up of a comic book that I really like is I got a Captain America Annual number 8. It's a 9.8, triple signed, and a remark. And I'll let the princess show it because she likes showing expensive books. So yeah, this is a classic
Wow.
not Hulk,
Nice.
Wolverine versus Captain America with Mike Zeck remark, signature, of course. Joe Simon's signature in blue, nice blue. I believe he's co-created
I was
Captain
gonna say
America.
that remark's amazing.
That is amazing. I almost thought it was part of the art.
Yeah, it looks really, really nice.
That's nice.
I bought it years and years ago before it was super crazy. Yeah, I just really like it, and it's pretty unique. I mean, how many of those did Joe Simon actually sign? Probably
Right.
not that many.
And Mike Zeck is just a great artist. Everything he does is really good.
Mm-hmm.
Banging
yeah.
Remark from DVH.
Mm.
Nice.
Yeah, didn't
And,
he do Secret Wars 8?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
what I thought. Yep, classic. A lot of classic companies.
all right, that's a good first book to start with.
Yeah.
Congrats on those signatures. Zach. Those are amazing.
All right, so this one's kind of. I found it. Well, actually, we found it in a random long box that was in 25-cent bin, unbagged, unboarded.
Wow.
We pressed it and sent it in, and some miracle happened. It got a 9.9. Somehow
What?
it was
What?
unbagged.
Oh my God.
Out of a 25-cent bid?
Yeah,
Holy Jesus.
yeah, and pressed it, and we sent it in, and somehow it got a 9.9.
How
Especially
many
with a back
brushes
cover
do you
too.
use?
Oh my
I don't
God.
know. Maybe one of us accidentally slipped in $100 bill. Who knows?
You really had a Lucy Larry, the grader that day.
Yeah.
So send my books in with a 40 of
There you go.
Yeah. 9.9.
Yeah, Rob's got a nice GI Joe that needs a 9.9 or a 10.
yeah, that's
So
right.
you
I'll
send
spend it
that
in with
over.
some. I'll
There you
send it in
go.
with some gummies.
We've got a couple. Or what?
Now,
two-
what
two
was
or
is there any significance to that issue, Zach, for you?
I just really like it. J. Scott Campbell, and I love Gen 13. I really like Gen 13. It was Gen 13 and a few others was part of the first collection I ever bought, and I read through all the issues and just kind of fell in love with a lot of Image books.
Was
So
that an
that's
ash
kind of
can? That was an ash can too, wasn't it?
that
Smaller
was an
book,
ash
right?
can. I don't know how it got a 9.
I like the way they slab those too. I mean, it's cool that they leave the extra space so it still looks
Yeah,
like
around
the
the
same
edges.
size.
right.
Yeah.
No, it looked great. And the ash cans are especially hard to find in good condition because usually
Yeah,
those
right.
just get chucked around.
Oh,
Mhm.
yeah.
That's the word, ash can.
Nice. All right. So Gen 13. All right. Next book, guys. That was awesome.
All right. So yeah, I wanted to get some. I don't have that many Golden Age books, but I wanted to get a couple of unique ones. But I only have, I only have like maybe 10 Golden Age books slabbed that I can even, show. But this is the one that I don't know if a lot of people know about, but this is the first cover appearance of Lex Luthor, or at least that's what it says. They could lie to me. It's just some bald guy in a robe. Getting some,
Getting thrown
The
through a
bald
brick
guy.
wall.
yeah,
But
getting thrown
he'll be
through a brick
okay.
wall.
What year
He'll
is
be
that?
all right.
1942.
Oh, there you go.
Wow.
So
And a
Yeah,
6
yeah,
and a half
I'm not the
is-
biggest Superman fan, but I was like, I wanted a really cool classic, or not classic, but a really old Golden Age book, and the ones I wanted for Marvel were out of my price range, and somehow this kind of snuck into my collection, and I don't see it hardly ever, so it's pretty cool.
Right. And, for Golden Age, you can find a lot of affordable DC ones. So it's not bad at
Yeah.
all.
Yep.
Now, when I started collecting, I could have bought a lot of really cool Wonder Woman books that are really expensive now. So I
Yeah.
kind of regret that, but Wonder Woman's pretty cool.
No regrets.
Oh, yeah.
No
That's the one I would chase. But I mean, that's obvious for me.
That's that first cover of Lex Luthor is awesome. That's
Yeah.
Yeah, Wonder Woman also has a lot of good I don't know. It's kind of like, should I like the bondage covers? Should I not? You know, like, but they're really cool. They're really cool.
Oh, Taylor's on.
Another book I really like. I actually got this in a PGX, and I'm a big Michael Turner fan, so I've showed this off a couple times.
Did you reslab it?
No, I need to reslab.
Oh, you said PGX, not PGX.
No, it was PGX,
Oh.
and then I got slapped by CGC. And what's cool about this is Superman Batman #4, the German variant.
Ooh.
And it's Michael Turner cover, obviously.
Yeah, that cover is such a classic.
Wow.
Yeah.
Variant edition.
Yeah, it's
And
very hard.
What he did on that run were great.
Oh yeah, he did an amazing job in that run. Yeah, so that's the first appearance of this version of the Supergirl. And normally these books, if they get a 9.8, usually it's always qualified because they always mark on the back of the cover saying what issue of the print run it is, like 7, 2700. So CGC doesn't usually say, "Hey, this is Universal; it's qualified." So
that I don't know about you, Zach. I have a soft spot for foreign variants.
I do a little bit. I'm trying to get more and more of it, but if they're
Paul would like to know when you started collecting, Zach.
Just collecting for fun, it was probably right around 2004. I would say when I started to seriously collect, like starting to get more slabs and more expensive, hundreds and hundreds of dollars of books, and up. It was probably around 2007, 2008, 2009, something like that. I was just buying like, oh, that's cool, bam, that's cool, bam. 50 cents, $1. You come around a couple of rare books they don't really know what it is, but it's like, oh, that's dope. Like first Rocket Raccoon, that's cool. I'll buy that for a word. Yeah, I didn't know. I just
think the cover looks cool.
yeah, it looks cool. I mean, but yeah, I would say about 2004, and then I started to say, hey, I'm starting to spend some money on this, so should I actually make this to justify my expense? Should I make this also an investment? So it's like something I really like, but also make it into an investment. So kind of mix the two worlds together. And then, yeah.
Very
and if I
cool.
need to have some extra money, sell some books.
There you go.
If I have to, don't want to.
Never sell.
Don't want to, but if you have to,
Right.
then
Oh,
You
you'd
had
be
a
glad
good eye,
to have
Zach. You had a good eye. You got a lot of
Very
good.
cool.
Good
Okay,
evening,
now-
Bobby. Nice to see you. Good evening, Rodini. Nice to see you. All right,
Now,
go ahead. Guys. Next book.
Now it's the one that means a lot to you, and then the one that you're specking on.
Yeah, well, if you want,
Yep.
we can say like you did your first 4. We can go to the next person 4. Then we'll do the extended story ones. How do you guys want to do it? You can do it now, or you can each do an extended story later after the first 4.
Oh, that'd be cool.
that
Yeah,
works.
that's a good idea. That's a really good idea.
Let's do that. Let's execute that.
Execute Order 66.
All right, Princess wanted to go second, so
All
this will
right.
take turns reading the back,
Oh man,
reading her notes,
At least
reading her notes.
Princess has really good handwriting, so
All right, so she's got
read it.
Black Cat, issue number 1. It's the J. Scott Campbell 1 in 100
Oh.
version.
Oh, that's a beauty.
That is
I know, interestingly enough, this book in particular, me and Zach actually, this is the very first major book we ever got from that Spider-Man booth when we opened up the very first Superior box we ever got. And at that time, Princess was just helping us like show the comics and kind of doing some stuff along the side. And she fell in love with that book so much that she was like, I really want that. Somewhere down the line, I want to get that from you guys. And we ended up getting it graded for her, and we were almost sure it wouldn't get a 9.8, and it ended up getting a 9.8 anyways. And I think that's basically the book that got her into comics. So if you guys ever want to know the book that changed her from just helping us to being like a serious comic collector, I think it's that book. So
And J. Scott Campbell, he's good, but I think he really excels when he does Black Cat or MJ. Like, I think those are 2 of his best.
I think
I
he only
agree with
did
that totally.
he only did like 6 covers for that book.
Yeah, I got the whole. It's such a great read too. If you guys haven't read it, that Black Cat series by Jed McKay is fantastic. Both of
Yeah,
them.
Jed McKay's a really good writer. His Moon
Yes.
Knight is fantastic. So Doctor Strange is pretty good too right now too.
Go Canada.
Yeah.
There you go. Yes, if you guys want to hear the princess talk, then your opportunity to do that is to go sub her up on Whatnot and go hit that bookmark on all her shows and go watch her live show.
There you go. Yep, exactly.
Yeah, Princess gave me an easy one. It's Godzilla #1. It's a nostalgic cover.
Nice.
It looks really cool. She likes dinosaurs. Who doesn't?
It's a kaiju, Zach. It's a kaiju.
It's a kind
I made,
And
I
the
made
thing
a
of the
box
monsters.
particular book from the princess herself
It's
not
di-
long ago on her Whatnot show.
It's Dinosaur Tangent.
There you
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
It got dinosaur. Did someone say dinosaur DNA?
Dino DNA.
It's dinosaur DNA. I hope someone said it.
Yeah,
And that's
Godzilla
why I love
doesn't
that
go away,
cover,
man.
too.
There's
It's
a
such
new
a great
Godzilla
cover,
movie.
that Godzilla.
Yeah.
I think it's
And-
one of those best Bronze Age covers.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
really good.
I agree.
Very
Them
cool.
and like Transformers and Godzilla, both two like kind of similar. Feel like
Yeah,
similar.
Micronauts 1, ROM #1. Just some
Yeah,
good
Rom
stuff.
#1's a cool book.
Thundercats, maybe.
Just love that Godzilla.
Yep.
All right. Oh. Oh, okay, gotcha. All right. You got Silk #1, and this is the hip hop
Ooh.
variant.
Nice.
And
Hard
if you guys didn't know, two of the things Princess collects a lot of is hip hop and Scotty Young. Those are like her claim to fame on books. And this one in particular was really important to her because it was a gift from a friend she made through comic collecting, J-Cats, and he recently passed away, I believe, last year. So the book getting from him is extra special to her. So
That's awesome.
And I think out of the hip hop variants, that's just one of the very best ones.
Oh yeah.
I agree.
And the
Yeah,
Miles Morales one is really good too.
yeah.
Do you have all the hip hops now, or
So I feel like she's only missing a couple, but whenever I ask her, she's like, "It's a whole bunch of them." I'm like, "I can't be that
Right,
many."
because I think for the last couple of years that I've been watching you guys, she's been chasing the hip hops.
Yeah, yeah. It's slowed
Some
down
of
a
them are
little bit.
pricey.
I feel like there's less out there. I don't know if it's like I used to run into them here and there, but now everybody knows about them.
Yeah, and
They're
then
hard
the
to
demand
find.
went up.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Next up. It's the first appearance of Betsy Braddock, who later becomes Psylocke. As she loves strong lady covers. And what's really cool about these, they're really hard to get a high grade because it's more like newspaper
Magazine.
quality. And, as you know, newspaper is easily damaged, most
Yeah.
cases. Especially
That's
if
a
you.
fantastic book. I've never actually even seen that one in the wild.
that is classic.
And it had to come over the water too, right? Didn't they? It was released like
But it's gorgeous.
chances of water damage are high.
Yeah, I'm on the hunt for this one too.
Is
And
that the
that's-
one that comes with the mask, or is that only issue 1? Is it
There's something that comes.
one of them has a mask, right?
Oh.
That's where she's blonde in it too, right?
I think so.
Because at first they had her as a blonde.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, she
She
changed
got the
quite a lot.
controversial race change in the other one.
I like the
Pence.
dialogue though.
You got DVH saying, yeah, the UK awful newspaper.
Yeah. Good for fish and chips.
And the mask is issue 1.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say, I know one of them has a mask, and if you don't have it, it's incomplete.
Right.
Point
Then another
five.
character, like she just got really convoluted with Quanon and all that stuff. And
Yeah.
She's a million costumes, I think, too. She has a lot. She does a lot of costume changes. Some of them good, some of them not good.
Oh, is that yours?
you got
Okay.
you got TW saying airplanes were invented when that book came out, Adam.
Oh, okay. Thanks, Taylor. Thanks. You gotta keep me on this.
You have to come by a Steve.
All right. I brought some books. I like a lot of older Silver Age books, but I wanted to find some stuff that like had some rarity that's like modern that has some meaning to me. So we'll see if you guys can. I didn't show them ahead of time what I grabbed, so it's kind of fun. We didn't really look at each other's books, so it's kind of seeing what we picked. And I like this cover a lot. I recently found this one. This is the 2015 Secret Wars Secret Love, and this is
Ooh.
that is the rare second print variant, which is on the top too.
I have never seen
So-
that cover. That's
So
fantastic.
the first consolation prize.
Yeah. It's estimated that there's like in the hundreds of that book in existence, so it's really, really low print count. I did like a little bit checking. There's only 24 graded on the census, and only 14 of them are 98. So it's a pretty rare book. I really enjoy Kamala as a character. I've really enjoyed reading her books, and although the MCU hasn't been as good as it's been, she's one of the like bright shining stars, I think. For,
Yeah, I
like,
loved her
what-
show. Like every
Yeah.
episode, I was just smiling the whole time. Like the dynamic between her and her family was amazing.
Really good, and she's actually she's writing a new book that just came out too. So she's actually writing one of the comics. I her like both of her first appearances. I picked up right away, so it's exciting, cool character for sure.
Are you going to press and grade that book?
That one, I don't. It's got a couple spine ticks on it. Maybe I might give it a try, but you know, some of those books that are like really special to me, once I get them back as like a 9.6, and especially if it's a modern book, I get a little like deflated on the book a little bit. Like if it came back at 9.8, I'd be really pumped, but I'd probably have to do a pre-screen just to make sure. Otherwise, I'll just enjoy it raw.
Mm-hmm.
But it is cool because it's an homage to like a Golden Age book too. I think one of the romance covers.
Hey, I love when they do the romance covers. I think they're so well done.
Yeah, totally. Okay. My next up, let's see, and this is my all-time favorite series I've ever read in all of comics. I didn't read it unfortunately, I didn't read it when it came out in 2000, but I have read the entire series from start to finish, and this is Ultimate Spider-Man issue number 1. This is the super rare white cover, and I have it signed by Brian Michael Bendis. I just got it signed by him at Emerald City Con.
Wow.
Mark Bagley cover. It was crazy when I pulled out for him to sign it. He was actually kind of like, "Oh my god, I can't believe you have this book," because he knew how rare it was. He told me that Marvel gave it to him as a present for when he was working on the series, and he thought it was kind of stupid because he's like, "Why would they give me my own comic book?" But now he's like, "I'm actually glad I have it now because it's actually a pretty expensive book." So,
are you getting that graded, Adam?
No, I probably won't get that one graded either. Yeah, I'm a little like not on as graded as I was. Like, I'm a little more turned off on graded books as I was like a year or two ago. Not that I have anything against it, but I'm more thinking just grading like some of the older books to kind of preserve the, their condition a little bit. Whereas like the newer ones, I don't know. I don't know. They're not as special
because of the signature. That way, that it's protected.
That's true. Yeah, that's true. But yeah.
And you got Mr. Mark Andrews saying raw books rock. Don't listen to this guy.
No.
Mark Andrews knows what he's talking about.
Yeah.
I know. But cool. Yeah, really, really cool.
I was gonna say, that's not a cover you see all that often.
No, it's a pretty rare one. So I was excited about it. Like I said, it's an amazing story. And Bagley's like one of my favorite artists. Definitely interiors. He's my favorite interior Spider-Man artist. So it's always good.
Mm-hmm.
I always like Bagley. I'm not a Venom guy, but I like Bagley's Venom.
Yeah, he did definitely a good job on that. Next up, and if you guys don't know, like Spider-Man's like my favorite character, but for sure. And
nothing wrong
this
with that.
one is really hard to find. This is the Sensational Spider-Man 0. And it may look like your everyday run-of-the-mill, but it's actually the red cover. So the normal one has the blue webbing, and this red one has, this one has the red webbing. It's limited to only 3,000 copies. So at that time period when they were making like 1 million print run on these, that's pretty rare for back then.
Right, and then you got that nice little card on the cover.
Yeah, like the little holographic Dan Jurgens cover on that one. 1996. I believe it's the debut of everyone's favorite Spider-Man, Ben Reilly's new costume. So
I
and
love the Scarlet Spider costume, the original costume. I thought was fun. I really
the
The
Scarlet
hoodie?
Spider. Yep.
Yeah.
And this is right around the time when I was reading. I found this book in the wild recently, but I originally bought the real book, the regular cover, in 1996 off the rack, and that's a point when I got into reading a lot more comics. And unfortunately, it was during the Clone Saga, which I like the Clone Saga, even though everybody hates the Clone
That's it.
Saga.
I'm out of here.
I know, right?
I gotta go on Rob's side with this one. The Clone Saga was a mess.
I know, and it is bad, but that's just kind of where I picked up and started
quit
reading. So.
comics and sold my collection because of those fucking clones.
I waited for that guy to die.
Freaking maximum clonage.
Yeah, maximum clonage. Yeah, Alpha and Omega. Yeah, I had the whole series. I still have my original one from when I was a kid that I kept with me.
Yeah, and hey, the
So.
50 years of Peter Parker you've been reading is a lie.
Yeah, right. I know. Yeah. Except I hadn't read that far back, so to me it was brand new.
There you go.
It's like watching the Star Wars prequels first. You don't realize what you're missing. But yeah, exciting book. This one, I do have a couple slab ones. So this one's special to me for a couple of reasons. I got Johnny Quest issue number 5 in a 9.8.
Yeah, the Dave Stevens.
Dave Stevens, yes. And over the past year, I have really come to love Dave Stevens, and Princess turned me on to him, as well as another good guy and whatnot is Cinema Chan. I don't know if you guys are familiar with him. He's a big guy for Dave Stevens. And the cool part about this is it wasn't necessarily always like everyone's favorite cover of his, but it's my favorite cover. And I got it raw and pressed it, cleaned it. It came back a 9.8. Turns out it's actually a pretty rare 9.8. There's not very many of them like on the census, but it's my favorite one. There's a lot of other ones, like the Planet one and all that stuff. They're all good covers, but to me, that's my favorite one. So it's exciting. Mm-hmm.
Classic Kamiko.
Yeah. Yeah, and I watched the show when I was younger, so pretend to be Johnny Quest and Haji and the whole deal.
And I have to agree with Mark Andrews. Like, what a great theme song too. Like that got you pumped as a little kid.
Yep. Yeah.
And I'm still rewatching those now because now they're on Tubi for free. So I started watching those again.
It's cool how they got both generations. Like my mom told me she watched the cartoon when she was a kid, and then they remade it like in the early 90s. So I was able to like watch it.
And you would like go fight in a digital world in that one.
Yeah. I'm sure it's coming out again somewhere like now.
Oh yeah, they'll reboot it again.
Mm-hmm. But cool. That's
very cool.
Mini? I did not know that. Very nice. All right, so
cool.
was that your 4, Adam?
Yes, 4. Yeah, I believe that was my 4.
All right, so
personal story.
We'll bring it back to Zach again, and he can do his storybook.
All right.
Story time, children.
I'm gonna try to make this into a story. Well,
remember a long time ago.
It kind of swings back to when I first, bought my, first collection, and I actually bought my first collection with my mom. We were garage sales, and they were just trying to get rid of all these comics, and I'm like, oh, these are. And she knew I kind of like comics. Like, yeah, how about we buy all of this and then we can resell it later on? And then kind of never really sold it. But there was a bunch of there's a bunch of Evil Ernie comics, and I think they were Chaos comics at the time, I think. And I really liked Evil Ernie a lot. Like all of his stories super gritty, super violent, and all of that. And
right,
Lady Death pops in, and there was a couple of Lady Death comics in there. Well, I really liked Evil Ernie, Mega Death, and kept on saying that, I think. And his button always talked. It was pretty funny. So I wanted to get his first issue, and it also taught me a good lesson. I was searching through eBay and found an Evil Ernie one that wasn't going for very much, already slabbed. Green label. Usually I don't go after green labels at all, but I zoomed in to see what the green label said, and it said it had 2 signatures on it, and was a double cover. So I'm like, wait, what? So I bought for pretty good deal, and
They didn't know what they had.
Wow.
yeah, I mean,
Double cover and signed.
yeah, signed by the creators, and it was a double cover, and I eventually sent it to CBCS, and
Get it verified.
yeah, it got verified, and that inside cover was, I think, a 9.2 or 9.4. Originally, it was a 9.0. 9.4, my bad. Yeah, it was originally, I think, a 9.0.
The outside, what, 85 or something?
It was the outside is really low. I don't know how the outside got that much of a difference between that and a 9.4 on the inside cover, but
still, I mean, what a rare one-off to kind of have, right? Double cover, double signed, and they didn't know what they had with the green label, so you got it for a great price, and now it's worth way more than that.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, so from now on, I always, if there's a green label, I always like zoom in, see if there's name written on cover or there's something particular with it, and it's, every once in a while, it's like, should I take a chance? Cause I see a old Silver Age book, and it says name on cover, and of course the cover is Jack Kirby, and it's always written on the inside. So is it Jack Kirby? Is it Stan Lee? Is it one of the other interior artists? I mean, do I want to take a chance? It's
right.
Yep. So you crack
kind
it.
of thing.
Just a kid's name.
Yeah, but
Billy.
when they say name on cover, it's something that they're like, yeah, it's
It's
like
not,
a little
it's,
kid can say
unwitnessed
game.
signature.
Yeah.
Yeah, someone
Unverified.
can say game, so they don't really count that as like a qualified thing. They only count as if it looks like one of the creators, from what I've understood, or if you actually say disregard name, and then maybe they drop it down a grade or
Now,
two.
how nervous were you sending that in to get it verified, Zach, to see if it was actually their signatures?
Really nervous, and I got more and more nervous every single month, almost a year until I got it back. I was like, I just want my book back. I don't want to get it graded anymore. Just give me back my book.
I feel your pain, man. I feel your pain.
Yeah,
It was a 9.2 originally.
I thought it was a 9.0. It could have been a 9.2, but I want to say it was a 9.0. But I've
And that was a
picked
rough
it.
period for grading, because I had a couple books out that took almost about 15 months to come back.
That's even longer. Wow.
Yes.
It was
I
a
was
year,
just like-
year.
CBCS is a
I was
little
like,
slow.
are they still out there? Did they lose them? What's going on with them?
Yeah, exactly. And then CBCS is their customer service isn't the greatest either. So to find out what the hell's
Not
going
better,
on with
but
the
that was
book.
a rough year for graded books, like for waiting.
Yeah. This is their chance to overtake them.
Yeah.
Well, when you got them
We've
back,
said
you
that
almost forgot
4
that you owned the
times.
book.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I was super happy that I got back, and it's still, I mean, hindsight, I probably wouldn't have sent it if I had to wait that long, because I didn't want that. I didn't want that away from me for so long. I just want to pull out my box every once in a while, take a look at it. It's like, oh yeah,
Yeah,
Yep.
and then put it back in.
put it back in.
Yeah.
Yeah, but now what a great story, right? You bought it, you took a chance, and look what happened. What a great risk and reward
Yeah, it
right
was
there.
really cool. Yes.
It was a good story. See?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. So, are we going to the next one, or are we just?
Yeah, we'll go to the next story, and then we'll do.
Story.
And then spec
Then-
at the end.
Yeah,
Then
we'll
spec.
do each person's story, then we'll do each person's spec.
Okay. Yeah. I like that.
Oh,
Okay.
that's good. Okay. You have to do it in Princess's voice.
Oh, okay. Sketch by Adam Hughes, colors by his wife. This is a special because I love Adam Hughes' work, and it was
Nice.
awesome meeting him at Rose City Comic Con. Yeah, and they're so nice. The lady was like super talkative and all of that. Really, they're very friendly. Adam Hughes was like, "I'm at work right now. Leave me be." It was pretty cool. It's pretty. He was just busting out these sketches and everything, and yeah, she was very nice. She didn't like me bring up the old prices though.
But
Anyways,
that's a
we
beautiful
don't need to
sketch.
talk about that.
He's like, remember 10 years ago when you only charged me $100?
Yeah, she's like, that's not gonna happen again. It's like, oh,
Still a little
sorry.
tender, right? Yeah.
Yeah, I should have been charging this from the beginning. Probably should have.
I love his signature too, the most forgeable signature on the planet.
Right? Right?
Yeah, but that's a beauty cover. I'm a big Adam Hughes fan, especially of his Tomb Raider. His Lara Croft work is amazing.
Yeah.
Very
I
nice.
got 2 words for you, Gary. Wonder Woman.
Oh, I have some of his Wonder Woman. His Wonder Woman's fantastic too.
Catwoman. Got some good Catwoman.
Yeah.
It is, but I have to say Lara Croft and Wonder Woman are my 2 favorites from him.
Yeah. He likes to do the whips over when he does Wonder Woman, the lasso, excuse me. Then when his wife colors it, she likes to do like the gold on it. It really pops. It's really nice.
And I like his
Really
Black Widow covers on that Black Widow run by Kelly Thompson were good too.
Yeah.
Yes.
I'll stick with Catwoman.
Mhm.
Very nice.
Yeah,
Good
just
choice.
Catwoman.
Good choice.
All right. Okay. We got. So I am also a huge Star Wars fan. Obviously, a giant nerd. That's why we're all here, right?
Right?
But this is I have Star Wars Rebels, the trade paperback. This is the one per store that they sent out like a few years ago. Princess actually got me this, I think, for my birthday or something. But we were at a con and the voice actors were there, and it's actually my favorite series. I like this, not necessarily better than the original trilogy, but of everything else since then, it's definitely like my favorite one. And I got it signed by like Taylor Gray, Vanessa Marshall, and Tia Sakar, the 3 of the main voice actors like Ezra and Sabine and Hera, and they were all there. And it was at a little toy con, so there wasn't like there was like no line, so I actually got to like talk with them and shake their hands.
Cool.
And like Sabine actually like opened the book and she wanted to like see where her character was like inside, and it was just kind of it was really exciting. It was really exciting to me to meet like the people, because I watched that show like over and over again, so I kind of like hear their voices a lot, and it was kind of nice to see them in person. And I don't know, they were all really nice people. They were like kind of telling me like behind the scenes stuff about like Freddie Prinze Jr. and like how he wanted his character to die. Yeah, he's like. She kept saying like, yeah, he just wants to be killed by Darth Vader in a lightsaber battle. He just kept saying that. That's how he wants to go out on the show. And it was really, really cool, really special to me. And yeah, I've enjoyed the Star Wars cartoons a lot more than some of the live action stuff. But there is some good live action stuff too. But the cartoons have been really spectacular to me.
Yeah, and I like the live action Sabine. I thought was great. I
did too. I like that one a lot. And I feel like that didn't get received very well, but the Ahsoka show I really liked. It was almost like
I thought it was top tier.
Like a season for me, so I was stoked about that one.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, definitely.
You
smaller cons are good
shows too, didn't you?
What's that?
You just showed that book in one of your shows too, right?
I don't know. On Whatnot, I may have showed it on there. I'm not sure.
Yeah, I remember seeing it from you.
Yeah. I like that one a lot.
Bad Batch is awesome.
The Bad Batch is really good. Yeah, I've been watching that too. That's
So is Ahsoka your favorite Star Wars series so far, Adam?
Of the live action?
Yeah.
I like Ahsoka a lot because it has a lot of meaning to me, but I really enjoyed Andor a lot. It was like almost not like your like everyday Star Wars show. Like it had all these really cool scenes with like espionage and the prison and all kinds of the actors
setting
a little bit grittier world for Star Wars.
Yeah. I like to see that the back end of things where like how all this like the politics and where all that stuff came from, where the rebels were able to like take over behind the scenes, and the same thing when like the Emperor was able to like take over behind the scenes. All that stuff's really interesting.
It's the rebels. Andor is basically the rebels version of Phantom Menace.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, good stuff. See, and I knew you were a big Star Wars guy. I just didn't know you were that deep.
I like Star Wars a lot. Yeah, like.
Now, if you had to choose between Spidey and Star Wars, where do you go?
Star Wars.
Comic book wise, definitely Spider-Man. Definitely Spider-Man over Star Wars. I only recently started collecting Star Wars comics, but I really enjoy like the movies and shows. But it kind of sucked me, and I'm like, well, I'm such a big fan. I got to start collecting some of the Star Wars on the side.
Really, just now collecting, you've been missing out because Darth Vader and Dr. Aphra have been since day one. They've been solid titles.
Yeah. Yeah, Karen Gillan, writing those ones have been really really good.
Well, and Mark Andrews says Luthen Rail is a fantastic character in Andor.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Yeah.
Nice. See, and I would have thought Ahsoka would have been your favorite. It's cool to see that it's Andor.
Yeah. They're almost tied, but yeah, they're both really good.
And I don't know. I'm a big Rosario Dawson fan, so I was really excited for Ahsoka.
I think she did a really good job in that one.
And then just to have the Sabine Wren character come on, and I love their dynamic together. I thought it was fantastic. Yep. And then of course Balin with the poor guy that passed away, he was fantastic.
Yeah, I like that it's a whole different world that we haven't seen any of the different types of Jedi, and like they don't necessarily have to be like light side or dark side. I could talk about
he had his own agenda throughout that whole show, which was great. You know,
yeah,
he was working for them, but he kind of had his own thing going. And
all right, hopefully we get to see what that is.
Huh?
Hopefully we get to see what that all turned out to be at the end. It kind of left you on a cliffhanger,
right?
Mm-hmm.
All right, the only Star Wars I've seen is Clone Wars, so I don't have a clue.
I watched all the Star Trek too, Milt. I'm a big Star Trek fan. I know you are too. So I've seen all the Star Treks.
It's good stuff. Good stuff.
Hey, it's hard not to like James T. Kirk.
Yep.
or Picard.
Yeah, Picard's great too.
Yep.
Spec pick, Zach?
Oh yeah. So my spec pick is not as cool as Catwoman, but it's Black Cat. But this is a special.
Excuse me, she's cooler than Catwoman.
I'm just trying to, pat her through reality. Come on. The panel, I guess. Some of the panel. Anyways, so this is Amazing Spider-Man 194. I asked them to make this a special kind of label. They didn't do it. They don't believe in it. But this is a 194. This is the yellow bar printing error.
Up at the top, yeah.
And yeah, they messed up on the print run quite a bit. And they had to stop it, redo everything, and then print it out again. But they did it at the very beginning. So the very first, from what I understand, the very first issues that come out of issue 194 were the yellow bar printing errors, and then everything after that was after. So this is actually the first appearance of Black Cat.
Felicia Hardy.
If you're gonna go hard, you got to get the yellow error variant.
And a great on that too.
But why are you specking it?
How many of these are there?
Huh?
How many are there, Zach?
I mean, well, one, for example, is
we have 3 in this household. If it makes us feel any more rare,
I would say there's probably one for every 200 copies. You hardly never see them on eBay. You never see them in the wild, except for one time. And Am stole it from me. So I got 2 copies, and Am stole the third one.
Now, does it say yellow bar variant on the?
No, they don't. I don't think they recognize it.
They don't recognize it, but it's obvious.
I've only seen it on the on direct editions too. I've never seen it on a newsstand, so I don't know if that has anything to do with it.
Yeah, they weren't on point on the printing press there, and eventually, when this book goes really crazy, people are going to be hunting for these ones. Yeah. I want to try to get a 9.8 before it gets crazy, but I don't know if there even one exists. I want to try to find one.
I don't think that's the only one that I think there's other books that have that same kind of error on it too, isn't there?
That would make sense.
Would make sense.
Princess, can you hold that up one more time?
Oh, so you can see the.
Yeah, I just want to.
Now, can you get this with the Mark Jewelers too?
No, because it's not a newsstand.
Oh, no, you're correct. No. Oh, okay, you gave me a heart. It's like, wait, I have to hunt down another one.
Yeah. Oh yeah, because that's a Whitman too, right?
Yeah, the Whitman, the direct.
Yeah, I've only all 3 of the copies you guys have that. Oh, do you got one too, there, Gary?
I don't know. Well, I don't think mine's just not the yellow. So yeah.
No, you don't have it.
Oh, okay.
I thought it was a Whitman. I had to check because I had never heard of it before now, Zach.
Yeah.
That's how rare it is. not that many people know about it, and I'm glad for it. Now, probably a lot more people know about it. I shouldn't have said anything. I made a
Now
mistake.
they're gonna act like Adam on eBay and snipe you on it.
Yeah.
No, that
I found it in the wild.
was in the wild. And
Oh,
I was so mad at him. I was like, dude,
It gets a little rough when the three of us hunt together. We're like knocking each other down at the door when we're like getting into places. Yeah.
ow.
You like hold them back.
Mm-hmm.
all right. So now the princess, what her spec book is?
What are you specking on? Oh, okay. All right. We've got Contest of Champions, issue number 1.
White Fox.
This is-
Oh, sweet.
The first appearance of White Fox. So
Princess, you're not the only one. I just bought 3 copies of that book.
okay, it's going around.
I got them for $5 each.
They
Wow.
dropped,
Yeah.
they dropped in price a lot. So, and it was a pretty spendy book for a while. I think it reached almost $50 for like a raw copy at one point. So,
Oof. That's
It'll
a hell
come
of a
back
drop.
oh yeah, yeah.
Because I think
I
don't know. I think we're going to see Tiger Division at some point in the MCU.
I like Tiger Division.
Yeah, Tiger
And, like,
Division is pretty cool.
Same here, and I
Yeah.
want to see them like introduce. I want to see Black Cat introduced first, and then Tiger Division have them work together.
Yeah.
That'd be cool. I like that.
Just
Yeah,
like
I
in the
can
Black
get behind
Cat
that.
annual where they worked together, it was really good.
Yeah.
But
Yeah,
Amy
that
Hahn's a great character.
Yeah, good spec.
Yeah, and that's the first time that book's been shown on the channel too. So nice.
Ooh.
'Cause I love that book. I just keep buying it if I see it. And I got the action figure variant, and I think there's one more variant. So there's a couple
There's a
variants
hip-hop
that we're going
Oh, there's
on.
a hip hop one
Hip-hop
too.
one.
There's a
Huh?
hip hop version.
Ooh,
Yeah.
There's a hip hop one. Yeah.
I've never seen that one ever.
Now the hip hop one could be worth decent amount of money.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I would think so.
You have that, Princess?
She has almost all the hip hop. Almost.
We just covered that.
Almost.
Yeah, I'm too small for Disney, Mark. They wouldn't even notice if they stepped on me in a puddle.
We're trying to give them good ideas. That's all we could do. So hopefully
Right?
someone takes.
We can just put it
really
out there in the
clever.
ether. Hopefully they'll pick up on it.
Yeah. Yeah.
And they pay us for it.
Oh, but
I just want to see
my
good movies.
favorite spec in a while on the channel. I love the White Fox character.
hmm
Like what a cool history with her being just I don't know, her whole history is cool.
Yeah, 9.8 of that's pretty cheap too. $95 on my comic shop for a 9.8.
Yeah. There you go.
Now I have to pick that up.
Mm-hmm.
I just saw the sparkles go on in Zach's eyes. His fingers are going to get busy in a second. Pull it
Yeah,
up.
too late.
Yeah. All right. And Adam, your spec, sir.
All right. My spec book is. I have a sleeper for you guys. Sleeper. Because
Ooh.
my spec is Sleeper. I love are you guys familiar with the
Oh
character
yeah, wicked.
Sleeper that came out in Venom First Host? Really cool character. This is actually the Walmart variant second print. I think there's like less than 2,000 of those that were made. But I just like the idea of the character where, like, in the story, I think in this particular story, like Venom gave birth to like another baby or something like that they were like keeping aside, and he had to like what did he have to do? He had to like put on the baby's costume after he lost the Venom suit, and it like became the sleeper costume, which when he gets the Venom suit back, it like turns back into a little cat and like follows him around as like a cat and like talks. I think later on when it meets up with Dylan Brock and saves him, like in the later Venom series, he actually has like a dead Kree like inside him that he's like walking around with, so that he like has a body to keep his shape. I don't know. I think he doesn't really like talk a whole lot, but I think he's a really cool character, and I like that like now 3 different writers have used him, which I think is always a good sign for a character, because Donnie Cates used them after, and then Al Ewing used them in the current Venom run, which I always sometimes creators like make a character who seems cool and then nobody else touches that character ever again.
Right.
So they'll probably like go to the wayside. So I think his design's really, really fun as well. And I just they just started that where like Venom now turns into a dog when he's chilling, and I think that's kind of cool that Sleeper turns into like a cute little cat. So exciting book. It was really expensive in a 9.8. It's much more affordable right now. So if they do ever do anything with it, I feel like also if they did the next Venom movie, if they added that in, it would be a perfect toy for little kids, to like want to get their own little Sleeper kitty, right?
Well, yeah, because where do they go with Venom 3? Are they gonna? They could have them fight all those other symbiotes that could get created, and Scream and
one of them
against them. What?
One of them could be Sleeper.
I don't know if you want Sony to make it though. It might kill your spec.
I know. Yeah, I agree. I mean, as much as like it was cool to see the Venom movies, I didn't really care for either of them that much. So, kind of a one and done watch for me on both of them.
Right? Yeah, it's too bad because Sony's just like killing these properties horribly.
I know they're ruining it.
Yeah. And it's kind of making the MCU look bad at the same time, even though they're making themselves look bad on their own. But yeah, it's definitely. We didn't even get to see Madam Web. I was like so scared to go see that movie.
I was gonna go see it too, but it was just so resoundingly like even by the people that were in it, I'm like, yeah, I can't.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wait till it comes out on Disney Plus and then watch it then when you're bored.
There you go. Yep. But
nice. So great books.
Fantastic books.
I was gonna say Princess had my favorite spec though, because I'm a big White Fox person. But no, cool books. Some of those white cover Spider-Mans that you don't see often, and
the Ashcan was really cool.
I don't know. And Zach, you opened my eyes with that yellow first Black Cat.
Keep an eye out.
Mm-hmm.
I know. And I thought I knew most of the Black Cat stuff. You got me with new news here. Now I'm shook, Zach. I'm shook.
Down the rabbit hole. Down the rabbit hole.
Oh, but yes, I echo Mark Andrews. Great books.
Oh, thank you, Mark. Thank you.
And this was a fun format having you guys just bring on like 4 each and then do your stuff like that. That was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
This is our first team dynamic on the channel, which was great.
Oh, right on. Yeah, it was hard narrowing it down to 4. It was like, oh, I could show 10 pretty easily, but
that's okay.
Like, we would be here all night if we were showing 10 books.
Right. Well, this show's made for repeat appearances, Adam. So you guys can always pick more books and come back on again. We have people on multiple times. But those were great books, man. I really, really enjoyed seeing them. And thank you guys so much for coming on.
Thanks for having us.
Yeah, thank you.
We'll go around the horn here and see what everyone's got going on. So first of all, Rob, we start with you. What's going on with you this week, sir?
Oh, we had the big Monday mail call, but tomorrow was Wednesday, so nothing on my channel. But Thursday, that's the day of the weekend is. I can remember. We got a freaking haul from Sacramento Comic-Con. I might have picked up a book.
Holy crap.
And then Saturday, Only Slabs, we got Bearded Comic Bro making an appearance on Only Slabs this week.
Nice.
It's a good show.
And Steve, what's coming up for you, sir?
Well, tomorrow is New Comic Book Day, so I'll have the Voices Choices. It's going to be a busy week for me. Friday, we got the Toronto Comic Con, so I'm going to be there all day.
Oh,
and then I'm going to be
is
on
that where
Joe.
Mark makes you spend money?
No, no, Mark will not be there, at least as far as I know. Him and I go to Fan Expo in August. That's the big one. This is the smaller one where they just have it in the one hall. So it's actually a little more intimate. So I'm after signatures. So that'll be my big day of running around and talking to the artist.
Ooh,
Cody Ziegler, Rob. Cody Ziegler, he's there. So Miles Morales, 1, 2, Rabble, getting Rabble.
There you go.
And then Friday night, we've got Joe and Anachronic Comics. I'll be on the Espresso mail call. So that'll be fun.
Nice.
And Milt, what's coming up for you, sir?
This coming Friday, Joe's Espresso mail call. And then probably in 2 weeks, I think I'm going to be on Rob's.
On the 23rd.
Only
so not this Saturday, but the following Saturday. Milt will be on Only Slabs.
Sweet.
Oh,
just military books and Western books.
Sweet.
So something a little bit different, I thought would be a good idea.
And
Something other than just Spider-Man 1?
I know while you're there, real quick, did you want to show that sketch cover you just got?
This is from I did a show on Gary's with Howard the Duck's 50th anniversary, and it was nice of the Southern Comic Geek. Can you guys see that?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh nice.
That's better.
Oh.
Wait a minute. That's better.
Little duck.
That's
A
better.
blank sketch cover that has Howard on it. So
That's
I
fantastic.
really appreciate that. I'm going to
Good job.
post it
Oh yeah.
tomorrow in my mail call.
Mhm.
Yeah, that's a beauty.
Yeah, this is one of those. I just need to know the artist's name. That's all.
That's all right. I already reached out to Jason. I'll have it for you soon.
Sounds good.
Original art.
And Gainers, what's coming up for you guys?
I'm actually gonna be packing up all my Russell Wilson jerseys and sending them to Milt. So
Yeah.
that's what I'm gonna be doing this week.
Good luck. Good luck.
I love you guys.
No, we'll be on tomorrow live. So we'll be doing new comic book day. Russell, we've been reviewing all the new Ultimate books that have been coming out. So as you guys know, I'm a big reader of the comics, but I'm getting these two in. So actually, Princess and Zach have been reading all the Ultimate books along with me. So we get to like discuss it on the show. It's been really exciting. We've really liked all of them so far. So that's really cool. And we will be out of town on vacation this weekend. So there won't be any shows on Whatnot, but we will be back on Monday with a brand new drop list. We'll be able to get one of those in. So it's where we let you guys know which comics have gone down in price in case you wanted to pick any of them up, right?
Yeah, might want to consider it. And we give the expert advice, questionable, what book you should pick up from the drop list to get those games.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Now, are you guys going to be covering the Blood Hunt when that comes out too?
I'll definitely be reading it. I'll see if I can get these guys to read it with me. But that's the new vampire storyline that's going on.
Oh.
I think they technically kind of set it up in that Werewolf by Night one shot, right? That came up with like Elsa and all them like last Halloween.
Yeah, it's all the Dark Force characters are having problems.
Yeah, Blade and
Hulk and yeah.
I feel like everybody's kind of turning into vampires anyway, secretively. So definitely
right.
No, vampires. That's vampires, I think.
And coming up for me this week, so in 2 nights time, we have Paul from Sector 2815 on In the Hot Seat with the Usual Suspects, the interview show on this channel. Next week on the 19th, we have Sarah make Silver Aged, bronze-haired Silver Age babe or Silver Age bronze. She's back on the show, and Sarah's got great books, so she'll be back for her second appearance on the 19th. And then we have Mark from Legion of Comics on In the Hot Seat on the 21st. So we got a lot of stuff coming up. We're going to have some fun with it. And but that's what I got coming up on the channel. And let's see. And we're just going to wrap it up. So I want to obviously thank my co-hosts who always help make the show great. I love having different voices on the show and different perspectives. So thank you guys so much for being here tonight. I also want to thank the Gainers. They have a really busy schedule, so I appreciate them taking the time out of their schedule to appear on my little channel. Thank you guys very much. Appreciate you guys. And, of course, we always want to appreciate the chat. We had a great chat going tonight. Thank you guys for all being so supportive and being in the chat. Please go check out everyone's links in the description below. Go sub up to the Gainers Whatnot shows if you haven't. Hit those bookmarks. They're both chasing milestones. Let's help them get there. And if you haven't, tune in to any of their Whatnot shows. They're a lot of fun, and them and Rob probably do the best packing job on books you're going to get from the community. They're
really good at packing books.
But thank you guys so much, and as I like to end these things, keep it casual.